Hello everybody, it is Springboard Trap, and welcome back to another video. It's been a while, but today here I'll be showcasing slash reviewing these Doom action figures from the company Numskull. Now, if you don't know what Doom or Doom Eternal is, it's basically a game that you play as the Doom guy, and you go around and killing demons, which is pretty fun. Now, I'm sure you've seen, if you watched my last video, that one little glitch of the Mecha Zombie. That was from Doom Eternal, and I've been kind of on a whole Doom spree right now, getting into the game. And Numskull, which I think is the company name, they made these 14 action figures, if I remember correctly. I think it is 14 of these like little action figures slash collectibles. So basically, in the game, you could go around and get these collectibles, which is what these are based off of. And I got, I think, 12 of them here, maybe one or two more. I am missing two of them, the Baron of Hell and the uh, Doom Hunter. But I do got a lot of them here. So I will also be rating them 1 out of 10. And let me know in the comments which one's your favorite. So first off, we're going to start off with Doom Guy. Here he is. You play as him in the game. Pretty neat. Very accurate to what his collectible looks like in-game. So here, he's got posable limbs. Legs move. All them move. He's got his knife here. Or his blade. His head can kind of move. And you got his equipment launcher here. To shoot all those grenades and flame belch. Or a flamethrower. And this does move. And that's really Doom Guy. I give him a solid 8. He's really nice. He's really neat. And he's a Doom Guy. So next up, we're going to be going up to the Imp. Now, the Imp here, pretty sweet. Got all that detail on his back. I like all that little, like, detail that they did right here. Could have kept it blank, but they didn't. So basically, like the Doom Guy, arms move, head moves, leg moves, but also, unlike the Doom Guy, his waist can move. So you could have him, pose him like that. And another feature that he has are these spikes, which are pretty neat, but they're very sharp. I actually had to, I don't know if you guys could see, but I had to trim them down a bit because they were so, like, they were very pointy, and they kept poking me while I held this. So, and it got very annoying, so I just, like, tiny bit just trimmed it down. Just so it wouldn't be as pokey. And it just still is pretty pokey, but it's not as bad as before. Now, I give the Imp a 5 out of 10. Very pokey, but still pretty cool. So next up, we'll be going on to one of my least favorite ones. The zombie. All he does is you move his head, you can move his legs and his arms, and that's really it. The detail's pretty nice. That's him from the back. With all that ripped shirt and stuff, and I do like that marking on his head. Accurate to the game, but I give him like a 3. He's not very interesting. He's just the zombie. If they made the Hell version of the zombie, then that would be different. Because, or the Unwilling, I think it's called. Because that one's much more cooler, but this zombie here is just a plain zombie. I give him a 3. So next up, we're going to have... Where is he out of this pile? I have a whole pile in here. We're going to have the Blaster Soldier. This one I like. As you can see, he's got his blaster arm. His legs can kind of move. His head moves a little bit. And his arms and legs move. And then this is him from the back. He got his little booster, jetpack booster here. And overall, I say he's a pretty neat... He just looks neat as an action figure. I wish they made an official shield soldier. I like to call him shotgunner. But to go along with this guy... but I give this guy a 7 out of 10. He's pretty neat, but we're going to get into some better ones. So next up we'll do the Cackle Demon. So Cackle Demon here is pretty big. He doesn't have any posability, and just like the Imp, he has these sharp spikes on him. I never actually trimmed them down because they weren't as bad as the Imp, but they're still pretty pokey. I mean, I guess if you want to, you can rotate the eye, but then it just looks weird if you rotate it, but you can rotate it. As you can see, he's got his arms here. Very accurate to the Cackle Demon. He got his arms and little feet. Those tiny baby feet. This is him from the back. Big meatball man. And as you can see, he's got a whole hollow mouth on the inside. So if you want to stuff anything in there, like a toy or something, make him look like he's eating it, then you can. Good luck getting it out, though. But I'd also give him a 7. He's pretty neat, but the lack of posability kind of sucks. Kind of wish they got it to where you could open and close his mouth. Maybe move his arms just a tiny bit, so not just in one position. But, I mean, there's not really too much you could do with the Cackle Demon. He's just a floating ball. So next up, we're going to do the Pinky Demon. This one's one of my favorites as well. It's pretty neat here. Got all of his armor on the front, but barely any on the back. Just his arms can move and his legs can move. As you can see, pretty neat. Got his tail on the back here. His underside. See, the tail goes all the way down here. You got its logo here. I think it says it, the brand on here if I look carefully. Does it say yeah, Numbskull. Don't know if you guys could have saw that, if it blurred out or not, but it said it. And overall, I give him a 9 out of 10. It is pretty neat. He is pretty neat. The Pinky. Especially, I don't know, it just looks pretty neat to me. So next up, we're going to do Hell Knight. Here's Hell Knight. Head moves. Legs move. And arms move. Those are all that moves on him. Pretty neat colors. Kind of can't move his head up a little. Like it's always, for some reason, kind of looking at the ground. You got to kind of move its feet up, but then it just won't stay. So he's always going to be just kind of looking down a little. Pretty neat detail. I give him a 5 out of 10. He's alright. He's not bad. None of these are bad, but just in my opinion, he's just alright. Next up, we're going to do one of my favorites, besides the Pinky Demon and the Blaster Soldier. Arachnotron. This one was pretty fun when I got it in the mail. As you can see, Arachnotron here. Very big. So, all of his legs are on the ball joints, so they could move, and they got a good bit of movement in them. Very squeaky. And as well is the cannon up here. You can move Flip it upside down like this. And we got its back here. Pretty detailed. And all the detail on his brain and all the different colors. I gotta give this a 10 out of 10. It's really nice, and I really like it. So next up, we're gonna do the Revenant. Revenant here was the first one I got, I think. As you can see, only his arms and legs and his waist can move. You can't turn its head, and I guess I could see why, because the rocket launcher's in the way. We'll get to that in a second, but here he is. He could somewhat fall over easily, I noticed, as well, because of how small his feet is compared to his large body, but it is possible to stand him. Here's his back. You got his actual, like, big jetpack. Not like the Blaster Soldier's, like, little, like, mini jetpack. Because I don't think his can fly around like the Revenant's does. As you can see, you got the rocket launchers, which are pretty detailed with that skull up here and down here. That's pretty neat. You got all the spikes on it. If we look at the Revenant's face, looks like a skull. It's pretty neat. And then you got all of his little guts under here as well. I give him a 6 out of 10. He kind of, I don't know. He's alright, but I kind of wish his head could just turn a little bit. Or his rockets could turn. I think his rockets being able to turn and shoot would be pretty neat as well. But overall, he's pretty neat. So next up, we're going to do a big man. The big man Mancubus. He is pretty big. Here's his backside. Here's his front. So basically, these right here are rubber, so you can move the arms, which have his huge flamethrower cannons. You got his heart in the middle. Kind of wish they made it like yellow, like it is in the, or like yellowish orange that it is in the real game, but this works as like a toy, like with the cartoon style. His waist can move, and his feet can slightly move. I'm not going to move it too much. I don't want to, get it all broken or whatever. You can see the detailing is really cool, and you can line up. This should be, it lines up right here. Pretty nice. But then, he can't stand. There we go. Got his green eyes. Hollow mouth. Sharp teeth. That did kind of hurt a little. Pinched. Got his back here. Tubes looking down him. And I give him a 8 out of 10. He's pretty neat, pretty big, and pretty awesome. So we got 2 more left. Here we go. We got the Marauder. Marauder, pretty sweet. I gotta give him like a 9 out of 10. I know I haven't even showed everything, but I just like the Marauder. So as you can see, pretty neat. His head can slightly move. Not really, but it can slightly. Arms move, and legs can kind of move. As you can see on his arm here, and you can take this off if you want to. I just choose to leave it on. He's got his axe here, which is pretty neatly detailed. Got his mask, which is pretty neat up here. Then you got the rest of his body. Very detailed. I like it very much. So, like I said, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Now, I've saved the best, or, in my opinion, the worst. Not worst like the toy, but just the worst character in general. Oh, the Archvile. The Archvile, if for any of you guys who play Doom out there, and have fought the Archvile in either Doom 2 or Doom Eternal, you'll know how big of a pain this guy is. Now, some people are good at the game and can take him out easy, but for me and for the other people who could sometimes struggle, the Archvile sucks. But as a toy, it looks pretty nice. I gotta admit, the firearms look pretty fire. No pun intended. You got the weird chin here, about the size of my thumb. Got what looks to be like a brain up here. It looks like it, I don't think it actually is. It probably holds his big brain. On his back. So you got all that detail here. Pretty nice. You got his shoulder right here, which has these shoulder plates here. Got all the detail on here. And his head moves. Arms move. Legs move. Make him holding his hands up, summoning demons, because that's what he does. Which sucks. So I gotta give him honestly, I gotta give him an 8 out of 10. The character just sucks in general. Like, just the Archvile, he just sucks going up against. But the toy is pretty neat, I must admit. And that's gonna be all for this episode. Let me know which one was your favorite, guys. There's just some of them. So that's going to be all. I hope you guys all enjoyed. And like I said in the comments, let me know which one is your favorite. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.